All right, testing the audio to make sure everything is working. Testing. All right, testing. Checking for the audio, make sure everything is working. All right, guys. Sorry about that delay. Welcome back to the Spanish Couch. I'll be your host, Vic. Thank you so much for joining us. We're gonna be doing another presentation tonight, Thursday, October 26th, and we're gonna be going through some new stuff, and we're gonna be reviewing some old stuff. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. And just to make sure I'm not in the way here. Let's see. And check my posture. This thing is too high. Let's see. There we go. All right. All right. So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be going through a review of our previous live stream from the last time we were doing our live streams here on Tuesday. Again, apologize ahead of time if you hear my kids in the background. They're just like cleaning up the room right now. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to adjust the camera here. There we go. All right. So on the last stream that we had, we were going through the vowels and the rules of L and La and the rules of C. I always start by saying good evening. During the morning we say buenos días. During the afternoon we say buenas tardes, but since it's the evening we will say buenas noches. Buenas noches. The next thing that we want to review is we're going to go ahead and review our vowels. So I have a little song for the vowels just to make sure that we always get those into our heads, because vowels are like pretty much like key for any words that we do here in the Spanish Couch and lectures, like just learning how to use the Spanish words in general. So our Spanish words are a, e, o, or our Spanish vowels are a, e, o, u, a, e, o, u. Then I have a song that just like slowly adding to it, but I always want to share it here on our stream. So the song goes, we use the animals that we have here listed. In Spanish, the bee is abeja. In the elephant is elefante. The iguana is iguana, and the Bear is the oso, and then magpie is uraga. So we're gonna go ahead and just sing along, so that way you guys get that one, just for practice reasons here. It's gonna be abeja, elefante, iguana, oso, uraga. 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 A, E, I, O, U. 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 All right, and then our next point of our review for today is we're gonna the kids are listening to me. Well, my kids are repeating it in the background. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about el and la. And we're just going to use a couple of examples here today. Give me a second. I think the stream is coming a little off there. There we go. So the first word is going to be martillo. That means hammer. And when it ends with an O, like martillo does, we call it el. When it ends with an A, it'll be a la. So right off the bat, these three words are going to be just basic. 95% of the time this will work. There's some Greek words that do not immediately translate to Spanish with el and la, such as el día. El martillo, that's right. Thank you, Chad. The next one is ventana. Is it el ventana or la ventana? La ventana, that's right. No. My son is over here answering the question for you. The road, call it carretera. Is it el carretera or la carretera? La carretera. La carretera, that's right. All right. And then for the rules of C, just to review back, the rules of C, food in Spanish is comida. Because the C is right next to an O and not an E or an I, it's going to sound like a K. Comida. C on music, it's called, it's right next to an A, so it makes a K sound. So all the A, O, and U letters, vowels, whenever the C is right next to these three vowels, it always sounds like a K. Canción. Comida. Cuernavaca. That's like a city in Mexico. And then for the ones that have the I and the E right next to it, they're always going to sound like an S sound, such as circus. Now, circus right off the bat gives you the word in Spanish. Circo. Circo.
Oh, there's an S next to it.
Circo. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on. Now, this is the point if there's anybody who had live stream questions. I apologize for last Tuesday. I feel like I was rushing it a little too much, but today I've invested my time to try to make sure that we have a better presentation tonight, okay? Mostly we do Tuesdays to review, but I always do a little review at the beginning, okay? Alright. If you guys have any questions, just leave them in the chat and I will answer them for you. So that way I can like if you have something important to say or something that we need to know, something that we need to address. Sorry, I'm messing with the stream here. Let me know, okay? I'm gonna get myself a green screen. I haven't done that yet. We're still working on our own revenue here. Well, we'll move on, okay? Alright, so the concepts that we're gonna be talking for today. Let me get myself out of the presentation here. So our lecture topics for today is we're gonna be going through like a small review on the questions, or how do we use questions in Spanish, like the ones that you would get on an essay and on your ESL classes, whether it was English or Spanish, when they were asking you to do 500 words, and they were like, use the who, what, when, where, why. Well, today we're gonna learn how to say those in Spanish. We're gonna use commands to try to start our process to learn those methods. We're gonna review a previous rule. I wanted to go through the rule of R with more detail, because the last time, or on my last stream, I just put it in as a basic info, but I want to make sure that I go through it thoroughly. And then I have a little practice worksheet if you want to take a screenshot of it and just like come back to me and like just give me the answers for that. It's just it's a small practice. We'll try to get more detailed practices here on the Spanish Couch, so that we know that the Spanish is sticking to you. And then the live stream review, as well as our sources at the end, we will go through those with you as well. All right. Let's see if I can get myself right here. There we go. All right. So, how do we say the questions in Spanish? Who, what, when, where, why, how, and then we also have how much. So the first one is who. We say quién. ¿Quién? What? ¿Qué? When? ¿Cuándo? Where? ¿Dónde? Why? ¿Por qué? How? ¿Cómo? How much? ¿Cuánto? Okay. So it's quién, qué, cuándo, dónde, por qué, cómo y cuánto. Now I know you've heard some of these, like ¿qué pasa? Or ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Cuánto? ¿Cuántos años tienes? Which we will go through in a second here, just to use an example on. Alright, let me get myself... Okay. Sorry, I keep grabbing the wrong thing here. I'm not blocking anything. I'll just stay right here. Alright. So, commands with questions. This is the part of our presentation when we get a little bit higher. Sorry about Canva. I apologize ahead of time. I don't know. I didn't see this until just now that the board on the background says Canva. I use Canva for my presentations. It's really good. If you haven't used that for like your work or your like a presentation or something that you want to do, Canva is the best. So, no, I'm not being sponsored for that. I'm just trying to let you guys know I hadn't. But anyways, going back to the main slide here, commands with questions. So based on what we used the questions here earlier, give me 1 second here. And okay, all right, thank you. Kids, please, guys, give me a second, okay? Thank you. All right, so when we say how old are you, the sentence is translated to, how many years do you have in Spanish? And when we say how many, based on the previous lie, how much? ¿Cuánto? Because most of the time we're going to be asking somebody who's more than 1 year old how old they are. It's going to be a plural. ¿Cuántos? And then the tienes is like have. It's a half verb. So you would say, like, the original verb is tener. But when you say a verb tú tener, we would say tú tienes. And I will go through some verbs once, like probably on the next lesson here, some basic practices. So when you say on the verb tener is yo tengo, tú tienes, él tiene, ellos tienen, nosotros tenemos y ustedes tienen. Tienen ustedes o vosotros tienen. Okay. All right. And then so just breaking it down here, cuántos, plural, años, plural, and then the verb tú, tienes. ¿Cuántos años tienes? And I think, yeah, let's cover all 4 steps in one go. I need you to sit in the couch, please. I need you to sit in the couch. Thank you. All right. Let me go back to the presentation. If you guys have any questions, let me know on the chat, please. Thank you so much for coming and viewing my stream. I appreciate it. This is educational, so if you see, if you're learning anything from it, or if you are enjoying Spanish Couch with us, hit us with a subscription, so that way we can teach more people, or let everyone else know about it. So this is a work at home sheet that I was talking about. Right here, I just have them scrambled. But we have what's your name, how old are you, and where are you from? You want to take a screenshot, you can go ahead. Let me go ahead and get out of the way. Take a screenshot now. And basically what we're trying to do is we're just trying to rearrange this the way they're supposed to be. What is your name? Now, if you were watching our previous streams, like 2 or 3 weeks ago here, there was one where we went through the commands. So, what's your name? This one is based on, there's 2 ways of saying it.
My name is Doble.
So saying that in based on that presentation we had the last time, that'll help you out in understanding it. So, check out our previous streams if you're having trouble trying to say what's your name in Spanish. How old are you? We just went through that one, so this one should be very easy to try to tell them apart. And where are you from? Now, where is one of the words that I just went through. So just picking it out of the sentence should automatically give you the answer for the question here. All right. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next slide. All right. Just got a little stream break here. If I've always put these just in case somebody has a question, or if they sorry, a little messy here. If you have any questions about what we went through today, or if you have any questions in general from a previous stream, just let me know now so that we can go ahead and move on, okay? And for the person who's currently monitoring my stream right now, can you please send me like some of the links from our previous videos so that people know where to look for us, our socials, as well as our way to support us, please? Okay, sorry about that. Links. Yes, I'm gonna be putting the links here in a minute. These links are just to support us through, and I have the link in the bio as well. Our link for our Streamlabs to support us with donations if you have any donations that you can provide, or if you could just like subscribe to us and like give us some support by trying to spread the word. That is the best way to help us as well. Um, let's see. We also have affiliation links. So if you shop at Amazon or at Barnes and Nobles, you just click our links and just go there. Go as if you were trying to purchase something in general. That's way for them to give us commission for that too. And then we have a Patreon as well. There's there's content that I have listed there that it's not been placed on either TikTok nor YouTube, so that way you guys can see it. I haven't recently been putting more content in there, mainly because we don't have any, but if I see somebody who's adding themselves as a Patreon supporter, then we will go ahead and try to provide you content specifically for you. Or if you have like let's say you want to do a one-on-one tutorial, just let me know so that we can try to schedule you for like one day. Hey, you want to talk about Spanish, or you want just to talk to somebody in Spanish, just let me know. But I'll get her in a second here. I'll go ahead and post them in a moment. We'll go ahead and move on from the stream break and continue. Alright, so the previous rule that we went through that I was like, let me go ahead and move my camera completely out of the way. So the previous rule we went through the last time, I think the first stream, for some reason the audio on the first stream was kind of little, like it sounded twice, and I apologize for that. So I'm going to go through the rule again here. These are the rules for the letter R. We have a hard sounding R and a soft sounding R on our Spanish words. When we do a hard sound R is when the syllable, or when the starting syllable has the letter R in it. So if the starting syllable has the R located at the beginning here, then we have a hard sound. So like the word dresser in Spanish that I've had on Spanish Couch is ropero. Ropero. Alright, and then the next rule for the hard sound R is if there's two R's. Rápido, that's right. Thank you. So if you say rápido, at the very beginning, the R sound will be a hard sounding R. Now, if you have two R's in the middle of if it's not a starting syllable, you have two R's and it's the middle of the word, let's say like the second syllable, third syllable, so on and so on. That syllable in particular is going to be a hard sounding R. So something like carro, car. That's right, carro. When we have two R's in it, it's going to have a hard sound. Carro, carro. Now, we have another word that's spelled the same way, but only has one R. I think that's expensive. Caro. Caro. And then the soft sounding R sounds almost like a D sound. Caro. Like almost like it's soft enough for you to not yeah, there you go. Thank you so much. When
It's like hard.
I need you to see. Yeah, I need you to. Thank you. Thank you. My son is so curious of the whole set here. Sit down, Noble. Thank you. All right. All right. The next rule we're talking about the soft sounding R's. So basically, based on the explanation I just gave you, if the second, third, and so on syllable, so it's not, as long as it's not the first syllable, and it's like one single R within the word, and it's a soft sounding R. So yeah, like caro, it's gonna be our next example. My son is like, yeah. All right. So I got you. Hey, look at that. We got you guys some test here. I'm gonna get you some words here to go through. So I'll go through them with you so that way you understand them. The first word is face. Cara. Cara. Thank you so much. All right. The second word, radio. You say, now because the R is at the beginning in Spanish, it's going to be hard sound. Radio. 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 The second word, to run. Correr. Correr. Two R's at the beginning. Now, you see how this could be a little confusing. There's two R's and then there's a single R. Correr. Correr. See, we have the hard sound at the beginning and we have a soft sound at the end. Resolve. Resolver. Resolver. Drum. Tambor. Tambor. Right, soft sounding R here. Let me move my mouse. There we go. Out of the way. Alright. And then by the way, we have a music week. When we have a drum set, it's baterias. And I remember, like, I know that baterias also means batteries in Spanish, but batería is a whole drum set. Just calling one drum is un tambor. Roberto. Now this is just a general name. As you can see that we have a hard sounding out R at the beginning. Like Robert. We say Roberto. Oración. Oración. Hold on 1 second here. Okay. Oración. Sorry, it was oración. Sentence. Oración. Now, yeah, that's right. Sion. And if you went through our previous rules, what is Sion? What is in the rules? Sion is falling on what category? Sion is a la category. If it's a S-I-O-N, C-I-O-N, la oración. Hello. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I appreciate it. Hi. All right. The next one I'm going to talk about. The road. Now, we talked about that one earlier here. Carretera. Carretera. Carre, te, and then you see that soft R. Re, da. Carrete. Excuse me. Carretera. And then the last one is parody. Parodia. Parodia. Soft sounding R. Thank you. Alright. We're going to just summarize our stream for a little bit here. Because our streams are not that much. I want you guys to have a grain. Sorry, my son is excited. Summary for our stream. We're going to go ahead and go through that right now. Give me one moment here. Alright. Let me go ahead and move out of the way here. So, for our, I don't know why it says nature activity. I guess I forgot to click on the top. These are just a review of the last thing at the of our presentation. So, questions in Spanish. ¿Quién? How or who? ¿Qué? What? ¿Cuándo? When? ¿Dónde? Where? ¿Por qué? Why? ¿Cómo? How? ¿En cuánto? How much? ¿Quién? ¿Qué? ¿Cuándo? ¿Dónde? ¿Por qué? ¿Cómo? ¿Cuánto? I'm gonna come up with a song for that as well, so that when it sticks to your head. Alright, and then the sounds of R. Again, just to review our rules. What happens when the R is at the beginning of the word? That's a hard sound. What happens when the R is in the word, but not at the start, or like a second syllable and so on? Will be a soft sound. What happens when the R has two R's, but it's not the starting letter or the starting syllable? It will have a hard sound. Have you used any questions in Spanish before and you were like, what? How do you say that? Because in Spanish, like when I mention how old are you, when we say how old are you, if you were to review that in English, like the best way I could say that is like saying how ancient are you? It's the best way that we translate that. But in Spanish, we always use possession for the way when we say things. So like, almost like you have earned a year. It's almost like a medal. How many years do you have? Like how many years do you have under your belt? ¿Cuántos años tienes? And words like that will most likely apply to all of the questions that we're talking about. Like the command where your name is a possession. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿De dónde eres? From where are you from? Yes, ¿cuánto? With the T. ¿Cuánto? Thank you so much for joining me on the stream, by the way. And again, I don't know how much to say. Thank you for joining me. Alright. And then there's things that we want you to practice at home. I have that previous slide. Let me go ahead and bring it back up for you. So if you know how to make these, put these together. See, I just went through the review with you. So these are going to be very easy, I assure you. It's all about putting the puzzle together in the right place. Which bar goes with which thing, okay? So what is your name? In Spanish, which one of these three blocks on the second row or the second column, which one is the one that belongs with what is your name? Second one, how old are you? And the third one, where are you from? If you need to take a screenshot, go ahead and take a screenshot. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and go back. I don't think the chat wants to take. If you are done, or if you don't, if you need to take a screenshot again, just let me know. All right, let me go back to our references here. So our socials on our side here. Let me go ahead and come back. Sorry, I keep grabbing the whole stream and I'm trying to grab my camera. There we go. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to be on the camera. Maybe if I check my posture. There we go. So our social media on the left side. This is our TikTok, our Imgur website. We also have an Instagram, but I don't remember what the Instagram is like named. Every time I try to search Sofá Español or Spanish Couch on Instagram, it doesn't really come up, so I'll use the Imgur instead. And then YouTube, obviously, we're called the Spanish Couch. And then these are our books for our references. If you are like, where is he getting all the Spanish from? Or like, where are these topics coming from? We have the dictionary, Spanish in 100 days, and Spanish 10 minutes a day. Okay? And if you ever want to go through, be like, hey, can you just like go through page 5 with me and see what's that all about? The ISBN numbers that I have here will help you look them up. So if you want to look it up on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble, and you want to purchase it, you just click on the links. And then go ahead and place the ISBN number and I'll pull up the book for you. Give me 1 second here. Let me see here. That's weird. Let me look at the chat. I'm looking at the chat to see if there's any links that were posted for the... I don't see them at all. You might have to post them again. You have to be signed in. Make sure they're posted. Alright, so let me go ahead and move on to the next slide. Do you guys have any live stream questions that you want me to answer right now? Anything that you want to talk about? ¿Tienes una pregunta que me puedas preguntar el día de hoy? Do you have any questions for me? We're going to put some music here on the next upcoming stream, so I'll be sure to get something to get you guys, like, I know my stream is a little, my streams are a little talkative, and if we don't have any like texture in the background, it might be like a yawn situation. There we go. Back. Question check again. There we go. So if you have any questions, just drop them on the comment once the video is available again, okay? But that being said, that's the end of our stream. Thank you so much for coming over and learning some Spanish with me. I'll go ahead and move on. Thank you. We're gonna teach you español. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you for coming to the stream. Buenas noches. Practica para que no se te olvide. Practice so you don't forget. Our rule for today was on the letter R, so to remember that for today, okay? Thank you so much. I hope you have a good night.